Oh, shit! Ah.
On ball, dude, get up, man.
Hey, what's up? Well, market's about to open. I'm building my gap list. People in the chat room are waiting. Where's your gap list?
I thought you were still sleeping, dude.
How the times have changed.
So we just finished 4 days at mentorship, and I think this is your second time in Arizona, but finally you're getting to spend a little bit of time here. You're a city boy from New Delhi to New York, actually London in between. What do you think about Arizona?
I like it. You know, when I drove over to your place, the drive was beautiful. You get the perfect scenery, you got the mountains. So I actually really enjoy it. I mean, for a change, there's no like, you know, fire alarms or like police sirens or fire trucks going on. That's what typically I would hear in New York all the time. So it's actually pretty calm. I see why you live here.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because like, you know, like the student has become the teacher in a way, you know. Years ago with trading, like, you've long surpassed me. I mean, you've become such an unbelievable trader, and heck, you're not even late anymore. You show up on time, and I told you at one point in life, you know, you're probably gonna get tired of this city. Are we there yet?
I think I'm getting there, you know. The only, I guess, difference from my perspective to your perspective is, you know, you got a family, you got people, you got a social circle here. I would love to move here, but I'm like, I gotta rebuild a whole social circle, you know, again, and that's kind of the hard part.
Yeah, I get it, but like, you started in India, you moved to London, you moved to New York. You've already done it 2 or 3 times. What's one more time?
I think the next place is going to be the forever place, because I will tell you, I'm kind of a little bit tired bouncing around. I want to create something, you know what I mean? I'm getting to that point now. I'm 31, you know, I'm really old. How old are you?
that's cute. Yeah.
So anyway, you know, as I'm getting older, I'm kind of like, it'd be nice to build something rather than moving from condo to condo or apartment to apartment.
Yeah.
And so I'm almost there. Yeah.
You think you're capable of settling down?
Which direction are you talking about? House? Yes.
No. I was talking about what comes with the house. You know, when you buy a house, there's usually something that comes with it.
With the right person. And the way things are going, New York, I don't think I'm going to find the right person there. So maybe I'd have to move out somewhere. But yeah, I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that song "California Girls" exists. We're not quite in California, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you're also a lot into golf recently too.
That's actually one of the biggest
How's that
reasons.
going in Manhattan?
That's the biggest reason I'm thinking about moving, because I got into golf. I love the sport. I want to play more of it, but you can't, right? Because you'd have to either drive out to Jersey or go to Long Island. It's like a couple hours away. It'd be nice to just have something, you know, 10 minutes away.
I mean, even if you took the time out of it, what are you doing in January? You playing golf?
You can't.
Kind of tough, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look around, you're like, 70 degrees right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, the only thing you get to do in New York is like simulators, driving ranges.
Yeah.
But for a change, it'd be nice to play, especially in this scenery.
Yeah. And not only that, it's like when you're playing, you go, it doesn't smell like a dumpster.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
So I haven't booked a return ticket. I want to ask you, I haven't booked a return ticket. I might be here for a couple of weeks. What's like the golf course you're like, all right, that's the most beautiful one. Not the best one, the most scenic, beautiful one, because that's another thing I'm into.
Man, that's a tough one. Arizona has a lot. I think some of the more popular ones would be like Troon North is a pretty awesome golf course. A lot of, you know, where there's a professional tournament here every January, TPC. That course, the course is nice. It's not as pretty as like a Troon North. Wigwam is really nice. And I'm sure like people are like, oh, you forgot this course or that course. Dude, they're everywhere, everywhere. But I would say Troon North is a really popular one for people who haven't been to Arizona before they want to play. I mean, you get the mountains in the background, beautiful homes surrounding the course. There's no way you could play that and be like, yeah, that's up.
Yeah, I think there's a pretty big similarity between golf and trading. Really? You know, like one of the things, the reason I think I liked it is because of the fact that in trading, you know, being an introvert, like I didn't want to deal with the office politics, the colleagues, the employees, or other people dictating how I'm going to do in the workplace.
Yeah.
And in trading, it's the greatest meritocracy. If I just do well, if I can just control my mindset and not F up all the time, then I'm going to get the result. And golf's kind of the same thing. The ball is just sitting there. It's not moving.
It's true.
It's not moving. There's no variables.
The ball's the market.
The ball's the market. How you smack it is the biggest difference.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And it's like, when you think about it, it's a it's a lonely game. I mean, there are times you go out and play with other people,
Yeah.
but same when trading. There are times you go and meet your trading buddies, but it's a lonely game at times because when you're out there in the driving range, you're trying to get better. Your friends aren't there. Oh yeah, do this, do that. And the same with trading. Like, you go to your desk every day and there's nobody there, but it's a good and bad thing, right? Like there's nobody there to tell you you're doing something wrong, but there's also on the flip side nobody there to put you under their thumb. You're like, oh, you got to come in on Saturday and work. I mean, that's the beauty of trading. But you said like golf. It's a good analogy, really. The ball is the market. It just is. The ball doesn't love you or hate you. It just sits there.
And in trading, we track our trades to fine-tune our trade management. If I just trade from 9:30 to 10, it's better than trading all day.
Yeah.
If I trade pullbacks versus breakouts, that's better. So in golf, it's kind of the same thing. If I just swing a little bit like that, keep my arms straight.
Yeah.
These little tweaks make a big difference, like trading.
Yep. Well, on that note, like, look, for those people that like play golf and stuff, there's a lot of amateurs, even pros, right? Let's get to that par 5 in 2 strokes. When they know damn well they can't get there, it's like, well, if I hit the perfect shot, I could get there in 2. They haven't hit a perfect shot all day.
Yeah.
Same in trading. It's like, well, if everything goes perfect, this should work. So there's a lot of similarities there because you have to show the discipline to know yourself, right? And in golf, it's like, well, wait, that's 550 yards. I don't have that in my bag.
Yeah.
I need 3 strokes to get there.
Right.
3 comfortable strokes versus 2 crazy strokes. Trading's the same way. They're like, well, if I buy 1,000 shares of Tesla, I can make 50 grand overnight. Yeah, well, if it goes right for you, if it doesn't, you're down a ton of money. So you're right. There are a lot of similarities. And then of course, on top of all that is the self-discipline, right? The ball, like we said, it don't move. It doesn't do anything bad about you. It's putting yourself in the right position to be successful.
That's actually a great point now that you mention it. Thinking about it, like in trading, it's not really about your winning trades or your best winning trades. It's all about how bad are your losers, right? Can you keep your losers small? And in golf, is kind of the same thing as you're saying. Rather than aiming to hit it right into the hole, can I just make my bad shot a little less worse? So it lands somewhere on the green, I could still make it work.
Exactly.
And trading is kind of the same way. I think, so, we raced in one of our previous videos. You beat me in the race.
Yeah.
Who do you think would win in golf? I mean, you've been playing like for years. I just started.
I mean, that's not a fair question. I mean, obviously myself.
Okay.
I mean,
I think we might have to find out. Like, let us know in the comments, by the way, if you guys want to actually see us play golf.
If you're playing with your,
funny if I actually take him down. Oh my God.
If you're playing with your triple digit buddies, the 100 and over friends, that you might have a chance there.
Yeah.
But when you're playing with, 2-digit friend, it's not going to work for you. And I don't mean 99 either.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, because right now my nickname in golf is Mr. Slice. So, so I have to fix that a little bit.
Just that. That's it?
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah? With all your clubs?
Just the driver. I can't hit the driver. Everything else, I am very spot on. Putting is amazing for me.
See, I think the problem is, being from New York, you're so used to those Manhattan tiny little courses, those mini courses.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hit your drivers. You get away with it. Out here, this is big boy country.
Right.
7,000 yard courses.
Yeah.
You're going to have to hit the driver.
Yeah, I can hit my driver like 280.
Get over the desert, get over the water. Oh yeah, it's a little intimidating. I don't want you to be scared out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways, enough about golf. Tell me a little bit about what's your day-to-day like? So, you have your family, you have your kids, you have all that going. What does your day-to-day look like when you're not trading?
So I'll give you a little bit of both. Arizona, the market opens at 6:30, and sometimes during the year it opens at 7:30. Now, I'll be honest, 6:30 is a little early. 7:30 is for me perfect. What's beautiful about it, this trading life, is that I have a wife, I have kids, and I get to see my kids go to school every single morning, right? And now for someone that doesn't have kids, they're like, yeah, whatever, but that's true freedom and flexibility. There's all this, we talk to a lot at mentorship, we talk to a lot of people, right? And they're like, yeah, man, I want to do this because I never see my kids. I'm not even a weekend dad. I'm a one-day dad. I'm an everyday dad. I can pick them up from school. I can see them before they go to school. So yeah, I get up, 5:30, and some people are like, oh, that's early. But half the year I can get up at 6:30. But the beautiful part is I go trade for an hour and I'm done by 8 o'clock, 8:30. So if I want to go practice my golf game, honestly, recently I've been finishing trading, literally going straight from trading to the Peloton. I'll spend 45 minutes to an hour on the Peloton, and I keep my pool heated all winter. So my pool's like 88, 90 degrees all winter long. Okay. And I just jump in the pool afterwards, and I sit there for like 30 minutes, man. I literally pinch myself. I'm not even half kidding. I look around, and I go, this isn't real, but it's real.
Right.
And I realize that trading was the largest vehicle to help me get to this. And I still, 20 years later, I still have a hard time processing how fortunate I was.
Yeah, and I think your kids are actually very well behaved. Most people don't have, kids that are cleaning up their room, making up their bed.
They say kids are a reflection of their parents, What can I say?
Their mom probably, right?
Yeah, that could be true too. But it shows you spend enough time with them. Absentee parents create kids that maybe deviate in life.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the life is awesome because again, you can choose to have lunch with your friends. You can choose to trade a little longer during the day. You could choose to not even trade that day. I can go swimming in the afternoon. I can wait till my kids come home.
Yeah.
The freedom that this business affords people it's hard to put into words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess it's somewhat similar in New York. You have a lot of freedom and flexibility, but
I agree, man. Like I've been, I've been traveling more domestically, right? Because my travels in the past were like Dubai, London, Thailand, India, like international. Now I'm taking more time to actually explore the U.S. because there's so much beauty in this country, and don't want to go political, but I kind of hate the direction it's going. And anyways, we're not going to talk about that because YouTube's probably going to strike this video or something.
They probably would now.
Yeah, but that was one of those things. It's like it's such a beautiful country. There's so much to see, so much to do here, and that's one of the things I do miss in New York. I missed like being able to get in my car, clear my head, and just go for a drive. You can't do that in the city, right? You're stuck in traffic.
But on that note, though, you make a really good point. We talk to a lot of people that literally they say, "Man, I don't know what I would do if I were retired." Well, the beauty about trading is you're halfway retired for most of your life.
Right.
Like not the first years you're learning it and you're putting that hard effort into it, right? But you get to a point, you're like 2 hours a day, maybe 3. So you kind of have to find stuff to do.
Yeah.
So you're not even retired. You're not worried about what to do because you've been doing it for years, right? Whether it's playing golf, meeting friends, going for a swim, getting on the bike, doing whatever, going for a hike. So when people say, man, if I retired, I wouldn't know what to do. Trading affords you this lifestyle that basically is like a guide into retirement, if that makes sense, before you ever retire. And with trading, the beauty is you take off for a month. I mean, we have Cass in the chat room there making almost $100,000 a month, and he's like, yeah, guys, I haven't spent enough time with my daughter. I'm going to take a couple months off because I earned it. And you know what he did? He earned it.
Yeah.
And he goes, spends some time with her, and then I was like, yeah, I'm going to get back into trading for a little bit now. So my point is, it just allows you the freedom and flexibility that I can't think of too many businesses that allow you to do that. I mean, you're out here because of it.
Yeah. There's another business that allows that freedom, OnlyFans. A lot of girls in New York have been doing that.
Yeah. But the point, though, is that you can do anything you want with this business from anywhere, and you've proven that.
Yeah.
I mean, London, New York, you're in Arizona, you started in India.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, it's actually not that bad waking up early.
Yeah.
Because when we were doing the mentorship, after the 4 days, I was like, oh, it's only 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, we got the rest of the day, like, to do stuff.
On that note, you started this when you're, 18?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay.
That's crazy to think about it.
What do you think would happen to you if you had what I would call a real job? What would happen to you?
There's no way I could keep one.
How long do you think you'd last?
I would last a couple days.
Couple days?
Yeah.
You think you could last that long?
I think I last a couple days.
You have to show up on time. What you got that under control now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But all seriously, like someone telling you what to do all day long.
I can't do it. I've always been a rebel, growing up, same in school, same with my parents. I've never been like a direction follower. Because if somebody says, hey, this is the way you're gonna do it, I'm like, but I can get to the same destination like here, so why not let me take this route? So I've always been that guy, and I think that's why I have to be good at trading, and I have to stay good at trading, because I don't know what else I would do.
I liken it to the pandemic a little bit. Like you and I know what it's like to work from home. We've been doing it forever, right? And people are kind of like, yeah, that'd be kind of fun, I guess. And then what happened? Everyone had to work from home for a while.
Yeah.
And guess what? Half of them never went back to the office. It's like, shit, working at home is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
Right.
So when you think about it like that, that's what trading is. The greatest thing that ever happened to you, because you can do it anywhere, anytime, any place.
100%. I'm surprised how it kind of fell into my life. I would never thought growing up that I would do something to do with finance.
But no, I mean it though. Like you tell people, until they experience it, they don't fully appreciate how awesome it is.
Right.
And that's what people saw during the pandemic, like how awesome it is to be at home, but they still had a boss. Now imagine being home with no boss.
Right.
And you're like, it's 8 o'clock, I think I'll go for a swim.
Yeah, that's kind of the hardest reasons though for some people, not having a boss.
Yeah.
Because growing up, their parents are telling them what to do. Then they go to school, the teachers are telling them what to do.
Yep.
Then they go to college, their professors telling them what to do. In their job, their boss is telling them what to do. In trading, they're like, oh, nobody's telling me what to do.
Yep.
And they kind of use that as an excuse and they end up messing up, is what I found. And yeah, I think that's one of the good and the bad.
Yeah.
But it's way more, the good outweighs the bad if you can master your psychology.
100% agree with that. And people don't like to hear it, but like some people are more productive as an employee, right?
True.
Until they gain the discipline that you were talking about.
True.
Because, and it's, we talked about a little bit of mentorship. You think about it, like I want people to really internalize this for a minute. It's like, wait a second. So you show up at work for someone else, okay, so their kids can go to private school and their kids can have a McLaren and their kids can do all that. So you get to show up at 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are, and if you don't, you get in trouble. So you show up. You do everything they tell you to do unquestioned. Then you come into trading, which has all the freedom and flexibility in the world so that you can have the McLaren and that you don't have to have a boss. And then you don't follow your rules.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of insane to me? Like the psychology of following someone you don't like so they can be better, you do it.
Yeah.
But doing something for yourself so you can be better, you break all the rules.
True.
It's kind of messed up, man.
It's crazy.
It took me a while to really just process all that.
Yeah. So, so you're a car guy. Obviously, I'm going to need a car here. Like, I'm not much of a driver. I'm kind of the opposite. I like to be driven.
I was
so
going to say,
like,
you might need to be driven.
Hey, my driving's not that bad. I can get to point A to point B, just like my trading equity curve can go to point A to point B. Might not look pretty, but it'll get there. So, obviously I'm going to need a car here.
Yeah.
Right? I'm an SUV guy.
Okay.
I'm not much of a sports car kind of guy. What SUV would you suggest?
I have a few for you. I think maybe the perfect SUV.
Yeah, I didn't like the one that I just got.
Okay, so I would say there's two. You either get the Bentley Bentayga,
Okay.
or probably the Aston Martin DBX.
The
Aston Martin's cooler looking, a little sportier. The Bentley's a little more luxury. So kind of, and you're 31, so maybe the Aston Martin's a little more sleek.
I
and
think
cool.
so too.
You're not quite at a Bentley yet. A couple more years yet. A little gray in there. Get you.
It's coming. There's a couple popping up here.
Yeah. Wait till you get married. Not only you get gray, you start losing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pop out some
Aston
kids.
Martin DBX.
Yeah.
That might be the one. If you could only keep one car out of all the ones that you have, which one would you keep?
Oh man, that's really tough. I get asked that question a lot.
Yeah.
If I really, really had to, it's like asking which one of your kids would you keep?
Oh, that's easy.
You don't have any. I would say the McLaren, the 765 LT. I mean, I love the Ferraris and the Corvette, Lamborghini. It's all great, but the McLaren, I don't think anyone's doing it better right now. And I know there's probably some Porsche dorks out there listening to this, like, oh, they break down every 5 feet.
That's what I was gonna say. Like the service maintenance McLarens is what I've heard.
This is my 4th McLaren, and they've been bulletproof. And some people are like, oh, you're just lucky. I track them, I ride them hard. All right, I have 10,000 miles in almost every McLaren I've owned. Obviously, this one I don't because it's too new. I've only had it a year. And they're bulletproof. And no car, and this one is an indisputable fact. Sorry, Porsche dorks. No car drives better than a McLaren. Sports car. No sports car drives better than a McLaren.
Maybe I should get a McLaren. It'll give me more motivation to lose some weight. Because just to sit in the car and get out of it gracefully is an art.
Well, I got those tight center seats, and I got the smaller ones on purpose so I'd stay in shape.
I was sitting like this. I'm like, some of the girls that I've dated, they won't even fit in here.
Well, let's just say, let's just say the golf courses you go to, you don't see a lot of McLarens. John Daly over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I think the Aston Martin would be better for you for sure.
Okay.
Wider seats, more room in the back.
Did you see the matte black Cybertruck?
They make one in matte black? Honestly, I didn't.
The matte black Cybertruck, like the silver one, I was like, eh. The matte black was so hot, I was like, might get that. It's bulletproof too. The car is bulletproof, especially in the day and age we're living right now. If you're in California, I mean, goddamn, you need a bulletproof car.
That part I agree with, especially in California.
Yeah.
But you don't think is a little bit of a poser vehicle? I mean, think about this. What's a truck for? It's a utility vehicle. You put shit in the back.
Yeah.
And I don't mean your girls. You put stuff in the back.
Yeah.
Well, if you put a lot of stuff in the back and you tow something, your range goes from like 300 to like 80 miles.
Right.
I mean, we saw that with the Ford F-150 Lightning.
Yeah.
You tow something, a boat, you can't even get to the lake anymore.
Right.
So when you see someone in a Cybertruck, you know damn well 95% they're just a poser.
Right.
So I don't know, if you want to be a poser, then I would get a Cybertruck.
Yeah, I think I am a poser. I like it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about it, let's say it's a date night, you're parked up in the mountains in your Cybertruck, you know, you could flatten the back out, you could put a little bed there, mattress there.
So
you know,
basically what you're saying is like,
you know, it's a good time.
after you close out your OnlyFans.
It's a good time. Girls, would you like that? Would you like if I took you out on a date, you know, in a Cybertruck, beautiful scenery, we'll lay it out, glass of wine, it's perfect. You know you want it.
I think you're going to need more than a Cybertruck to pick up some ladies, okay? I think you have better luck in the Aston.
Yeah, but I think I'd probably make more money buying Tesla stock instead, don't I?
No, you already have, I think.
Yeah, but more.
I mean, you bought it at like, what was it, 105, 110?
110, perfect
and you got
entry.
out at like 280, 290? I don't remember.
Yeah, 290, then I bought it back again at 200 and something, and I'm still holding it right now.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a good
that was a nice
one.
trade.
So, so just to wrap it up, not financial advice, but if somebody is looking to invest his money in the market, not an index fund, if he can only hold 3 stocks, what 3 would you hold?
He.
Yeah, if
You,
he
don't know
or
what
she.
you didn't ask my pronouns.
Yeah, what are your pronouns, Jared?
He.
He who?
He who. Us, they, them.
Yeah, you know Michael Jackson's pronouns?
What are they?
He. Anyways, that was a bad one. That was a dad joke.
Yeah, there you go. So
3 stocks somebody can hold, and they have to stay in it for at least 5 years. Not financial advice, but what would it be for you?
So that's not financial advice.
No.
So, Shane, what 3 stocks would I own for the next 5 years?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. If because it's not public yet, I just know because I just picked up a tranche. If you're able to get into SpaceX, I think for the next 5 years, because you did give me a timeline, I think that's going to be a good investment, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I'm not giving financial advice, as you just said.
Yeah.
So I think SpaceX would be a good one. It's hard to go against Apple, man. I know it's crazy when you look at that chart and you're like, no way, and iPhone sales are slowing down. But you said 5 years. The odds that they're still not dominating the universe in 5 years are unlikely.
Right.
So I would say that's a safe pick. Even if your return isn't quite as great as SpaceX, I think that's a safe pick. So SpaceX, Apple, and what would be the third one? Oh man, how about GameStop? AMC, I'm my bad.
Yeah, that game's already stopped.
That game's already stopped. I mean, it can't go much lower.
No.
YOLO.
Yeah, that was another one, Bed Bath & Beyond, one of the Reddit stocks, got delisted.
It got delisted.
Can't even sell it anymore.
No,
Done.
you can't. So AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and GameStop.
So you got
probably
SpaceX,
stay away from those.
Tesla, no, SpaceX, Apple, and GameStop.
And GameStop. Yeah, but the
Okay.
GameStop might take away your profits from the other two.
Right.
You know what I mean? But at least you take into the hedge funds.
Yeah.
Don't you love those people? They were serious.
Yeah, the hedge fund guys are laughing
They're
right
laughing
now.
their asses off.
Yeah,
they
they got
didn't
to
lose.
short it way up there.
Even that one fund that got tanked, they took out loans and they're okay. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I would say for the last one, whatever recent stock Jim Cramer said to short, buy it.
Okay.
You know, something
All
like that.
I
But
like
no,
that.
on a serious note, I would say SpaceX, Apple. I don't know. A third one's kind of tough. Again, you can't go wrong with your Googles and Amazons and Microsofts of the world.
Okay.
I would have said Meta if this was a year ago.
Right, yeah.
Because
Not
I
at
picked
these
some
levels.
up at 100. And it's funny because you and I talked about it. Like, people are like, oh, Meta's at $90. They're going bankrupt. Now it's at 3-something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, what were you thinking? You think they were just going to go out of business? You think
Right.
that $500 billion company is going to go out of business overnight?
Yeah.
You know, it's the next WorldCom. But that's the way people think,
All right.
you know?
Yeah. From my 3, probably would be Amazon, Tesla, and Algorand.
Algorand.
Yeah, because if
Really?
you're talking about 5 years,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on in that
Did you give
space.
Sam Bankman-Fried a call? See what he
No,
thinks?
so they're dumping Solana right now. But yeah, isn't it crazy? Sam Bankman-Fried's mom wrote an article on personal responsibility, how personal responsibility is overrated. You should have collective responsibility.
Collective
No
responsibility.
wonder her son ended up like that. No personal
Collective
responsibility at all.
responsibility?
Yeah.
Did you see their CFO?
Yeah.
She was a real gem.
Yeah.
Risk
Yeah.
management. What's that?
Yeah.
And you wonder why people,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, man.
But yeah, I know you're not much into crypto, but there's a lot happening in the next 5-10 years on cryptos.
You believe in that space?
Yeah, because there's a company TravelX, right? They do ticketing using NFTs.
Okay.
So you can transfer your ticket. It's not like just under your name. You could sell the NFT to somebody else.
Think those are still a thing?
Yeah, so that's happening already. It's TravelX. That's all built on Algorand right now. And the CBDCs, whether you like it or not, are coming. I know I don't like it either, but it's coming.
You have to give like a little disclaimer, like, do you own any of those things? Because I own
ones?
Apple.
I own
SpaceX.
I own Tesla.
I own everything I just talked about except for GameStop and AMC.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I own all of them right now. Tesla, Amazon, Algorand. Those are probably the top 3 weighted in my portfolio. And then obviously you have other stuff too.
So you're just one of those penny stock guys pushing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I think it's going to be, we'll see. Watch this video in 5 years. Let's see how it ends up, all right? But anyways, man.
All right.
Great chatting with you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.